you may be starting to get it now. I had to get away, wash my hands, and all of that. But when you are making comparisons in life to your situation and somebody else's, where they live, where they work, who they're with in a relationship, the material things that they have, and all of that, the house they live, the car they drive, their personality, how they're treated by others, how they're received by society. It's not good to do that. But yeah, these look big. Yeah. I'm gonna say a 4. They look big. But anyway, so that'll be fine. You just don't want to compare yourself. Again, this is a video about being sensitive to others, less judgmental to yourself as well as others. Most people are familiar with being judgmental with others, but not themselves. And I really want people to understand that your journey in life, everything that you will have, everything that you will do, all of the things in life that must come together for you to be the person who you were created to be. All of those things are necessary in your life. You cannot avoid them. You cannot run from them. You cannot be so good that certain things won't happen to you. Everyone will experience difficulty, challenge, and whether you interpret somebody's challenges as hard or not, they didn't go through anything. You can't say that, because we're all made up differently, and our emotional response and reaction to life is different. What hurts my feelings may not hurt yours, and vice versa. So therefore, we can't experience the same thing, because if I need to learn a lesson, I'm going to learn a lesson based on certain events, not the events that you think or the events that I think you need to go through to learn a lesson, to change your life, to improve, to get on a different path. It just doesn't work that way in life. And it's easy to be judgmental and insensitive when you think, you may not say this, but when you think someone has had it easier than you, when you think that someone has more than you, when you think that someone has a better life than you. See, I know that we live in a politically correct society, and most people won't be honest about it. You don't have to be honest with me. I always say that in my books. But thefaithoutcome.com. But you want to be honest with yourself. Tell the truth when it comes to yourself. Whether you share it publicly or not, be honest with yourself. And when you're honest with yourself, you have room to grow. You have an opportunity to change your emotional feeling in connection to things that may appear to be going wrong in your life. Really, it's just a different direction that you're going in, and different things will promote you, different things will provoke you, and it's all necessary for you to be where you want to be and do what you want to do and have what you want to have. Your belief, your faith is different. Your interpretation, your perception of the world is different, and all of that has to do with all of the change that occurs in your life and the specific times that things occur. There are certain times in your life, you may not know them, I don't know, but there are times in our lives when things change and things have to take on a new direction. And when they take on a new direction, we start to really see, what we're made of, how tough we are, how sensitive we are, and what we need to change and what we don't. And these, I'm not taking all this stuff out on this. It's just a few things that I purchased. But I really do. I want people to be able to feel good. Is that brown? I just want people to feel good about life and feel good about who they are and their journey and the things that you want to have, and just embrace the changes that you'll have to go through. But I know that I can't say, don't do this, don't do that. But what I can do is inspire and motivate you to look at things differently. Think in a different way that you haven't thought before. Be sensitive in a way, not that in a way that seems or is considered as weak. There's no such thing. When you're sensitive, you allow yourself to be more open. But in all things, be guided. Be guided toward the plan and purpose that is destined for you. Be guided in thought for that, because you're definitely here for a reason. You're definitely, you have a plan and purpose in your life. And this stuff is cute. And, and you deserve the right to be able to feel good about yourself and everything that you're trying to achieve. Don't just sit here and think that you have it harder than anyone else. You have a different path, okay? You do. You have, you'll experience different things along your journey, but the emotions that we feel are the same. Just we have different experiences to produce those same emotions. So you're not getting the short end of the stick. You're not having a hard time where someone else is having it easy. You will be having a hard time seemingly at one point, and then they will too. And it may not be public. Stop comparing yourself to other people anyway. Stop worrying about what other people have, what they're doing. Worry and focus. No, don't even worry about it. Focus your time and attention and energy on your life. The race that you are running, not what other people are doing, what they're not doing. What does it mean to you? Don't do that. Don't do that. This is my life. This is what I have going on. These are my family members. This is my job. This is my career. This is my relationship. Okay? These are my hardships. This is my pain. And I have to deal with that. And when you focus on your life and making sure that you're strong enough to handle your race and what you have to deal with, then that's what matters most. Growing to live the life that you were designed to live. experiencing the things that you were designed. Don't worry about, what somebody else is doing and what they have and comparing it to you. Just don't, and some people, they might see that they compare relationships with other people to over maybe comparing materialistic things like cars and houses and clothes and this and that, but I have seen and heard it all. Okay, people who are jealous and envious about the life that someone else is living. And then you're walking around with your lip poked out, or you don't talk to that person, or you just decided, I don't like that person. I don't like him. I don't like her because they always get. No, stop. Stop. Okay, you're ruining yourself. I don't care what age you are. I don't care if you say, oh, well, she's younger than me. She doesn't know what she's talking about. Fine, if that's how you want to think. But you are not coming across this material by mistake. There's something. If it's just 2 sentences, there is something and some reason why you're here. And this is the topic that you have come across by this person. And I want you to embrace your life every moment. The things that you determine and think in your mind are good, those things that you think are bad, those things that you think are hard, or whatever. Look at your life, appreciate your life, be grateful for your life. And you don't know what another person has had to do. You don't know what they've had to forgive. You don't know what they've had to endure, experience. Regardless, you don't know everything about a person. Okay? I don't care if they're your best friend. I don't care if they're your relative. I don't care anything about that. Everything is not seen and everything is not shared. And it doesn't make it bad. It's just private moments are private moments. And you need to focus on what you have going on. Trust me, your life is special enough. It's complicated in areas enough to where you don't have time to focus on anybody else. You're not sitting around, contrary to what some people believe, you're not sitting around looking at what other people are thinking and feeling all day long. And if you do, wow, then here's a question for you. How important do you really believe your life is? How interesting do you need or want your life to be? That you have time to notice what somebody else is wearing, what they're driving, what house they're living in, how much do they make and earn for a yearly salary, just all of that. Stop it. That's not important. Okay? They have a journey, you have a journey. And the people whose lives they will have to touch and be an example for and contribute to, that's what they'll experience. That's what they'll go through. Those things that will require them to make changes and feel certain emotions that feel good and bad, to the point that they're able to really live and embrace life to serve their purpose. And it's just you're special, and my content, it isn't for everybody. It can be fluff and buff to some people. I'm not worried about that. There are people in this world that they need to hear these messages. They need to be reminded or just introduced to loving yourself, knowing that you're important, knowing that you're special. You are. You are special. You are important. And I want you to know this. And I want you to be proud and happy to be the person that you are and live the life that you're living, because you're worth it. You're worth it. And I know people don't like to hear the word you deserve. I don't deserve anything. You deserve everything. All things that God has for you. You are deserving. You are worthy. You were worthy of creation. You were worthy to be created. And you were worthy to have a plan and purpose set for your life. That's important. And that deserves applause. You need to applaud yourself and appreciate yourself and love yourself. And when you go through challenges and you don't make the decisions that you believe you should have made, forgive yourself and continue to love yourself and work on yourself and allow all the wonderful blessings and beautiful things that are in store for you. Allow them, open up, embrace them, and start smiling. If you're not smiling when other people are blessed, if there's a little bit of you that's jealous on the inside, work on that. Work on it. Because it makes a difference. A lot of times the people you're jealous of, they're not jealous people. And they're happy for other people. And they're being blessed. And you're interpreting that blessing as punishment for you. And it's not. Go to thefaithoutcome.com. This is Dr. LaKeisha Cole. And I'm so happy and I feel so blessed, really, to be able to have the opportunity to inspire and motivate anyone. It's a blessing to me. And I hope you have a great night. And remember, love, peace, joy, and happiness to you. Have a great night.